Well, this is Kevin Min with Outside the Games. We welcome you to our show here live on location here at Calabasas High School in California. We have a student athlete. Again, hashtag student athlete strong if you can. We talk to student athletes all over Washington, Oregon, California, and nationwide. Got a special one here. He is our first ever kicker, punter. This is Jarrett North coming from Oaks Christian, transferring to Calabasas, interestingly, for Coach Claiborne and company. Jarrett, thank you for being on our show.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Nice to have you, Jarrett. We talk a little bit about family life in the sport, and really in this case, it's football for you as a kicker and punter. But let's start out really kind of the beginnings of what, who Jarrett North is as a person. We do talk about the person and the player. We think that they're one. So in this case, we'll talk about family. How would Jarrett North define family?
I love my family so much. They do so much for me. We were a really stable family. I mean, I have my brother, my mom, my dad, and I got my dogs. And there's nothing really that goes wrong with us. We're super tight. We're super close together. And if something goes wrong in one part of the family, then we always come together as a whole. And it's really good. And I think of them as, I don't really know how to say it, but they're just
providing stability, right? Stability for you, support.
They're very stable. Yeah, it's very nice.
It's important. Talking about your mom and dad now, they play different roles in your life.
They're two very different people, especially in my life. My mom is more of a caretaker. She's really giving. She's very caring. My dad's working a lot, but he's always with me. I talk to him a lot. He's always home. A lot of time, like right now, he's in London right now. He's working. But he's the guy that anytime I come home, he's like, hey, I bought you a pair of cleats. I wish you could try them on. I think you'll love them so much. And I try them on, and they're my new favorite cleats. He's the guy that we go look at trucks for when I turn 16, which is tomorrow.
Happy birthday to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Nice.
So they're just very two different people. But they're also kind of the same because they both care so much for me, and they care so much for my well-being and how happy I am. And they ask me, especially when I'm for transferring, they ask me is this the best decision for you? Because we're okay with anything you do. We're happy for you. We're going to take care of you. And I said, yeah, this is the best for me, and this is making me happy. And they said, all right then.
Now you're coming from Oaks Christian, powerhouse in the CIF. Now you're coming to Calabasas, which really, they're state champions in 2016, and they have a lot of pedigree. Now they do have a new coaching staff.
Yes.
Coach Claiborne and company, Coach Conway. I mean, this is a staff that basically has come on. They're now in their second year, if I remember correctly, and really you're coming into that team.
Yeah.
One thing is about transferring from one team to another. There's always that thing about kind of that transition.
I met most of the players through my friend Campbell. I met some of the linemen. I know
Campbell
a couple,
McGarrick, offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Yes.
I met some of the receivers. I met the quarterback, Jaden Casey. He's a great dude. The coaches here, awesome. I love them. I click with them. And I think we're just gonna have a really good time.
Now, it's not to say that Oaks Christian didn't have a good, let's just say, how they are as far as a team and a school. Everything's different, right? Sometimes places are different, so it's not to say that Oaks Christian wasn't a special place for you.
No, they're awesome.
But the thing was for you was what was good for Jarrett North.
Yeah.
And your situation coming to Calabasas.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So it was mainly playing time. They're bringing another kicker, Brendan Segovia. He's great. He's an amazing punter. But I'm trying to do my combo. I'm trying to do kicking and punting, and if I don't get as much playing time, I really need to be seen by a lot of colleges, and I feel like this would be the best place for me because if I come in here and then I just do really well, and then I have a lot of game time, a lot of clip, then I'll be good for colleges. They'll see a lot of huddle clips and everything, and that'll just be good.
I mean, it's a gauntlet of a schedule when you talk about the CIF schedule for this year for Calabasas High School. You're facing teams like J. Sarah, Oaks Christian, right? Just to name a few. But yeah, it's something that obviously there's a gauntlet, as it were, that a team will face, and you're going to be part of that.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
So let's talk about student athlete. We do talk about the student athlete because those are both the same. You can't have one without the other. And so let's talk about you as a student. Being in your school, and we'll take, I guess, Oaks Christian, what you've kind of experienced. Tell me a little bit what the student athlete challenges are like, for being a freshman. Talk about your freshman year, what it was like coming to a high school.
Yeah, first year.
Right. How was that?
So I've never actually been to a public school before.
Wow.
I was at Chaminade Middle School for all 3 years, and I came to Oaks for freshman year. And I'm not going to lie, it was a pretty hard transition. The workload at Oaks is a lot more intense than I would think it was. But as my dad always told me, just if you try your best, the best will come to you.
Good sound advice.
Yeah. And so as much as I would try as hard as I could in school, and then when I get home, I'd relax, and then I would do my stuff for football. And then my kicking career really didn't start until after my freshman year, because I did play football freshman year, but I didn't really take it super seriously until off season. And then I realized, hey, I could actually do this. I could actually be really good at this.
So that was a moment that you found yourself, Jarrett, that you go, oh, you know what? This is kind of what I can do.
Exactly.
I can do it well.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Also with school, if you've probably heard, Oaks Christian is a really hard academic program. And you know what? It pays off. I feel like I've gotten a lot of good morals, and I feel like I've become a better person after that school. And I feel like it was the way of my path that I needed to go through there, and then end up coming here because with the work ethic I got from there, and then I could come here, and this school's not as hard academically, and then I could bring my attitude here from my work ethic.
That's strong.
And I could actually do much better here.
You could apply that here at Calabasas.
Yes,
school.
and then I could get an even higher GPA, and then I'll just be smooth sailing.
There you go. That's what you got. You have some goals. You have a roadmap, and that's nice. So what's different from your freshman year to now going in your junior year? Now you don't know much about your junior year, your class of 2021, but there was obviously some learning curves there for you, especially at Oaks Christian, a hard academic school.
Yeah.
But as far as you don't know much about Calabasas from a standpoint of what the school is like or whatever, but let's talk about Oaks Christian. We like to talk about the student athletes and ask them, when it comes from a teacher, where does Jarrett North sit in the classroom?
I wouldn't say I'm the front of the classroom type of guy, but I'm not the back of the classroom type of guy either. I'm more of just like, I'm kind of right in the middle, but I'm always having a good connection with my teachers. I try to be really nice to them and try to develop a relationship, because I feel like then if I'm struggling with something, I can always rely on them to help me out with either academics or like spiritual life, family life. If I'm not at my house, I could always come to them, and I could always just like talk to them. And I have a Bible teacher because we have a Bible class.
Oh, nice.
And she is actually also a therapist, and so if you we're struggling with something, you can always go to her too.
Oh, that's good.
I've done it before, and I'm really thankful for that.
That it's been there for you.
Yeah,
to
it's
utilize.
been there. So
that's great.
it's So within the classroom, I feel like I work really hard in the classroom. I'm trying not to goof off that much. I try to just be really nice to teachers. I work really hard. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
If a teacher, let's just say from a teacher perspective, when they're teaching a student athlete, you let them know, hey, I'm a student athlete, right? You don't hide that.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think, what qualities does a student like yourself have to have for the teacher to be successful? What do you think?
I'm not really sure.
What qualities do you have to possess as a student to help the teacher be successful?
I think
in their
that
class?
if I don't work hard, then her job doesn't pay off.
Yeah.
And I think that him or her, if I don't do well in the classroom, then it doesn't look good on her. But I'm trying to make them actually succeed. It's kind of up to the students.
Right.
And it tells how the teachers are doing in their position. And I think that if I just work really hard, and if I do really well, then it looks good on them too, and then that makes them do well at their job.
What do you think a teacher has to possess as far as qualities to make you a successful student?
I think a teacher has to get on your level, based on how you think, how you act. Not exactly if you're a goofing off kid, then you're the teacher needs to be disciplined, but they can't be mean. You know what I mean? They have to be. They have to go down to your level. They have to be hey, this is what's going on. We're gonna fix this. we're going to work together, and then we're going to see where it goes from then. And I think that a teacher can't be a super rude teacher. They have to be nice. They have to just be like a person, because some people don't think of teachers as people.
Right.
And
right.
I think that it'd be best for a teacher to act more of just a person and not try to be a totally different person than they are in reality. And I think that would be best for the teacher and the student.
Yeah, it'd be something to be said. You talk about a teacher has to kind of, because every student is different, right?
Yeah, everyone's different.
And you kind of have to look at it, but something has to be consistent from a teacher's perspective is engagement.
Yeah,
You have to engage the student into what you're teaching them.
You just can't be really dry.
No.
No.
The passion from the teacher has to come out
Exactly.
to make it lively and to get the most out of the student. Because there's sometimes students that are quiet, some students that are outspoken, or will speak up and have a share, or they'll participate.
Yeah.
So with you, as let's talk about an aspect of social media. Okay.
Yeah.
Social media is something that's been huge. You got Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, those are just to name a few of those. Okay.
Yeah.
How does Jarrett North handle social media? Because you talked about something about you getting your name out there, having your huddle up. But how do you handle social media?
So I don't use Facebook. I don't use Tumblr. I don't use that. I use mainly Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Snapchat, I don't really put like things on my stories. I just kind of like text with my friends and send photos and snaps and just like get a group chat in. Instagram, that's mainly just like my life. I have some kicking stuff on there. If you go on there, there's like little stories on there. You click it, they're bombs, and then it's just me kicking. There's some kickoffs. There's some punts. There's mainly field goals. But there's just like daily life stuff in there. That's just not really kicking related. That's just like me. And my family.
It's personal to you and
personal
family.
To me, yeah. And then Twitter. That's where I put all my workout stuff. If you go on there, also.
Actually, what's your?
It's Jarrett North 1, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. But on there they have just all my film. I don't have a lot of huddle. I didn't have a lot of game time, sadly. But I have a lot of clips from just working out. I could go 12 for 12, 8 for 8, 10 for 10. I have videos of that.
Longest field goal you can get?
55.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta lay.
But it's not the strength that matters the most. It's more about the accuracy from 50 or 45 in. I think that's what makes
the elements too, wind,
exactly.
and rain, and so
but anyway, on Twitter, I have just mostly my film. There's nothing really else that I put on there. I tweet some stuff. I go to Chris Saylor camps, and they're really helpful. And I put my film from that on there too. Then I shout out some of my coaches. I have a special team. I have my own coach, private trainer. His name's Cole Murphy. He was a 4-year starter at Syracuse. He played for the Cardinals for a little bit. But he's a big mentor to me too, actually. So.
Speaking about mentors.
Yeah, exactly.
Mentors. Who are your mentors and why?
Mainly two people. It's for kicking specifically. It's my coach Cole Murphy, and it's my dad.
Good, nice.
So my kicking coach Cole.
They provide different things, right?
Yeah, very different.
Yeah.
So Cole, he basically we come out on the field. We have a good time. We laugh. We have fun, but we also get a lot of work done. And he helps me. He encourages me to do a lot better than I can. He pushes me past my limits, and we try going, instead of going for the personal best, we try going, hey, let's see if we can go 15 for 15 inside 40 yards.
Challenges you.
Yeah.
He challenges
me.
Yeah, that's good.
And my dad, what he does for a living, when he comes outside when we're working out, because he does mainly voice acting, and we just have a good time. He does like funny voices for us. He tries to get in my head when I'm trying to kick, and luckily, I usually don't let anything get in my head.
Right.
Yeah. But sometimes he could get me.
That's interesting. That's kind of a different spin. Like sometimes dad is the supporter, which he is.
No, yeah, he
but
totally supports.
But he comes from a different angle though.
Yeah.
From a standpoint of like, I'm going to heckle you. I'm going to make it hard for you, because what do kickers do, right? Kickers will have to make a kick. It's going to be important. It could be tied 7-7. It could be tied 21-21.
And where we could be down like 20-3 22.
And maybe you need to make a kick to tie it up and
Yeah.
to get some extra time in the game. So, but it's interesting he has that different level of saying, okay, I'm
Yeah.
going to apply this differently as a father.
But he does it in a really fun, like, nice way.
Oh yeah.
He can make me laugh. He can make me smile. He doesn't really make me sad ever. He's always on my side, and I love him for that. Even if I have a bad day, off day, he says, you know what, everyone has their off days. So we're going to call those B balls instead of A balls. Also, Cole told me about that too.
Oh, okay.
And I think that specifically what he does for me is just mainly just support. And if I need to go all the way down to Carlsbad and work with John Carney, who is also a big-time NFL veteran, then I will. Then he'll help me.
Yeah.
And then
it's good to have those
need to
people
go.
there.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah. We have a lot of people that support me specifically, and they can help me. And I'm really grateful, and I'm blessed to have that. And it's just, I feel like it just works out.
Now let's discuss. For you have some goals. What are your goals this year at Calabasas, student-wise?
Student-wise or athlete? Like
student-wise.
Student-wise, I want to get higher than a 3.5.
Okay.
I want to do really well in school. I don't want to fool around that much. I mean, I'll have fun with my friends during breaks.
Sure. Yeah.
I think just mainly just have fun. Have a happy high school, career, and because you only go to high school once, basically, for 4 years. And I've had a lot of fun at Oaks. I think I'm gonna even have more fun here because I also have a couple of my friends coming with me, and I think that we'll just have a lot of fun here. And I think the school, I'm not gonna be nearly as stressed about it, even though the days are shorter obviously.
Right.
Workload is much less, but I think that it'll just put a lot less stress on me, and then I can focus more on what I like to do outside of school, and I could do more kicking and punting. I could do more of just hanging with my family. I could hang with my friends, and I think I'll just be happier overall.
And that's good because that makes you that part of that well-rounded person.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it really does help out. For you, when you look at that's the student side aspect of things and how you look at it. Is there some challenges there that you have faced at Oaks Christian? Could you say that a student athlete faces something called time management?
Yes. Yeah.
Time
Very
management
much.
is a hard thing to
Yeah.
master.
No, yeah.
Because there's friends, right? There's other things for you to do and
Friends,
use
family,
your time. Right.
Even working out.
Right.
Sometimes you don't have time to even work out.
How do you handle that?
How my day usually goes, well, I'm basically done with it now, but I have an English online class. I do that online, and that's heavy on time management and responsibility. And then I have 6 other classes on campus. And so usually I try to get as much done at my school as possible because I have a lot of free periods. I have sometimes a 3-hour break in the middle of the day because I don't take an English class there, and I have a double lunch, which is an hour and a half. And I try to get as much homework done there as possible. And then when I get home, usually I bust out some online school, and then I either work out or I just hang with my family and friends and just try to relax as much as possible. Yeah.
Now, as an athlete, though, let's talk a little bit about that. How do you handle being an athlete? Now, what are some goals that you've set for yourself coming here to Calabasas? New school, new teammates, new coaching staff.
Yeah.
How do you get yourself in to work with these ones?
So I think that mainly I would do time management. That would be the biggest thing that I need to worry on here. I feel like that if I'm going to school and after school, what am I going to do? Am I either going to come up here, am I going to work out, or am I going to go get food with my friends? And I feel like that relies on me. That's my responsibility to do this and then use my time management. And if I have time and I don't have a lot of homework, then I can go do that with my friends. But I feel like the things that come first is school, family, and this.
Got 2 years, man.
2 years.
2 years to get that all handled and straightened.
Just work as hard as possible for 2 years and hopefully it pays out. You know what I mean?
No. You're our first kicker on Outside the Games, and we're going to talk some football.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me know inside of a mind of a kicker when it comes to making a kick. How is there a thing sometimes of a mental block that sometimes kickers can have? Take me into a little bit of the psyche of a kicker and punter.
Okay. It's a lot different than you'd think.
Yeah.
Before a game, you know how you listen to super pumped up music?
Right.
I listen to meditation.
Okay.
I listen to things that make me relax. There's people, I got my linemen, I got my receivers, my quarterback, they're all like, super pumped up. And I'm just sitting there, I'm trying to be as calm as possible because I need my mindset to be as very calm as possible, because when I'm going out there and I have a couple thousand people looking at me and I got the other team looking at me, and I need to make a kick from 40 yards out.
Right.
Then I'm going, I go right here.
Yeah.
And then I can't say I'm not going to miss because the word miss is in it. You know what I mean?
Not in your vocabulary.
It's not the word miss is not in my vocabulary anymore. But yeah.
Because sometimes what you can see, like, they have the adrenaline, right? They're getting their adrenaline pumped
up
for the game.
I can get my adrenaline.
You can get
pumped.
adrenaline, but you have to have some control.
That's here, but here is different.
Yeah.
Here is where I need to listen to just like either church music, or I need to listen to just very meditating music.
I mean, is there some jazz in there?
No, just like ocean noise, like white noise.
Okay.
Nature
sounds.
Yeah, exactly. Birds singing. If I go out there, if I'm in a pumped up mind, I'm gonna try to muscle it, and then I'm either gonna pull it left or pull it right. And
slice.
That's I'm not gonna. I don't want to slice the ball. Luckily, I'm very accurate. For me personally, I like to do like workouts where I go 8 for 8, 10 for 10, 12 for 12.
You were like a soccer player. Did you do some soccer?
I did. I played for 8 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Could you
big
say that kind of helped out a little bit?
That's just kind of works out with, because the kick with soccer and a kick with football, they're very two different kicks. But soccer was a big part of my life for about 8 or 9 years. I played academy level. I went to England to play against the academy teams there, like Manchester City. We beat them. We lost to Reading terribly, but it was a little embarrassing.
Some experience.
Yeah, so I was the forward on the team. Wow. But
the difference is for the soccer is like you're getting it into the goal, right? Yeah. Versus uprights, right?
Exactly.
With that a little bit. Yeah. The control's a little bit different.
But a big thing I took out of soccer and I brought to football is just my work ethic with it, because I worked at it a lot. The one thing I didn't do that much in soccer though was watch a lot of like games. I watch a lot of football games now, but I didn't watch a lot of soccer. I didn't find it super interesting. But I'd play it as much as I could.
Right.
Yeah, I had a goal in my backyard, and then I was just kicking it all the time.
Conditioning is amazing.
Yeah.
When you talk about a soccer player, because it's constant running.
Yeah,
You're constantly moving. So that's good.
Yeah.
And you can take that with you here at Calabasas. You know, you had that experience in soccer. Now, for you, kickers don't have, because some players do 7-on-7. For kickers, this really isn't a 7-on-7 for kickers. Maybe I don't see how there could be, but for kickers, there's camps, right? There's camps that you're involved in that help you in precision and accuracy and footwork and really dialing down and really examining on how your stance is and how you kick and follow through, right?
Yeah, I know, totally. I go to Chris Saylor kicking camps. I've been going there for about a year now. But the big thing I come out of there is just I get a lot of good film from it. I learn from there. We do drills where they teach you about form, and then you go up on like 35 yards and you're just banging them for just like 20-30 minutes. And then we go to punting, we go to kickoffs, do a little bit of competition.
There you go.
But it's really fun. I learn a lot. I've gotten much better from about a year ago than I am now. And I could thank him for that. I could thank my mentors for that. I could thank myself for that. And I'm in a really good spot.
Right. Yeah. How close does a kicker have to be to their position coach?
It's weird. So with a special teams coach, people start to think like, hey, special teams coach, it's the kicking coach. No, it's not really the kicking coach. They take care of the schemes for like kickoff team, special teams team.
Where to kick in the field, right? I mean, there's those kind of like strategies.
So like with kickoff, you could either kick in the middle or on the hashes, or like right in the middle, or like right in the middle of the hash, kind of up on the upright. They take care of that. They take care of like when you have to go. Like when the runners go up, they take care of where the linemen are supposed to be for the field goal, for punt team. That's what they mainly take care of. That's why they call a kicker position one of the loneliest positions, or the loneliest position, because they have to do most of it on their own. That's why I usually have a coach on the side that teaches me, and then I just work out as much as I can. It's not about the heavy lifting; it's about the explosiveness, the speed, the leg strength, accuracy, and that's just the biggest part.
Wow.
Of it. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, this has been Jarrett North, kicker and punter with going from Oaks Christian, transferring to Calabasas High School, class of 2021. He's excited to get started here at Calabasas and really do that. Well, I tell you, it's been a pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you so much.
You know, I tell you, we appreciate getting into the mind of a kicker.
Thank you.
And you being our first kicker on our show,
yeah,
that's something special. We believe that. But we're not done. We have this thing called the Quick Blitz, my friend. We're going to get to know you a little bit more, more personally. Let's start out with favorite food. A kicker, what does a kicker like to eat? What's his favorite food?
Dude, anything that Gordon Ramsay can make.
You have that nailed. That's, right?
Anything that he could make. It basically depends on my mood. I have a dairy sensitivity and a sugar sensitivity, so usually I eat really well. My mom gets me a lot of good veggies and fruits and meats. But if I could pick, it'd probably just be like Shake Shack.
Ah, okay. There you go. There you go.
It's awesome.
There you go.
I live it's only about 20 minutes away from here. And
nice.
I don't have it a lot because I can't, but when I do, it's
those
awesome.
moods,
Yeah,
right.
But anything Gordon Ramsay makes, basically.
Right. Okay. Hey, Gordon Ramsay, you're listening. Favorite dessert?
Oh, molten chocolate cake, easily.
Ooh,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. 100%.
Hot and cold.
Hot, dude. Has to be hot and really have some vanilla ice cream in it.
Yeah, of course.
And then when you eat most of it, then you mix it up with the ice cream.
Isn't that the worst thing to see, though, is that the ice cream melts really, really quick?
Well, that's why you put it on the side of it. And then you scoop off a little bit of the ice cream and you put it on the
you're smart.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it looks like a...
Then it just looks like a
muddy river.
Mess. Yeah, it just looks like a mess. It's not. No, it's not. Cool.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Favorite cleat to wear?
Cleat to wear? I got Nike Tiempos.
Oh, okay.
Kangaroo leather. They come in various different colors.
Not cheap.
That's the thing. They are. They have.
Okay, because I remember. I used to work for Nike, and so I know some of those shoes can get up there in price.
So you know how Adidas or Nike, they have those high top shoes.
Yeah.
Or they're like $350.
Sure.
These ones I get are like $90, $95, and they're kangaroo leather, and they're perfect for my foot. They mold to it. I get a good hit off the ball, and they're just the best cleats.
Does a kicker really go through a lot of cleats?
I have 8 pairs.
Oh wow. Okay, you're covered.
Yeah,
you're covered.
Different colors, different sizes, depends on my foot. Yeah.
And does it depend on the mood that you're feeling if you're playing?
No, usually right now I wear, because I'm a size 11, 11 and a half in shoes. I'm wearing a size 10.
Oh, okay.
In cleats because they get a bit tighter.
Sure.
But right now I'm just wearing the older version. They're like a kangaroo leather. They're white with gold and black. I'm wearing them basically for the colors here, and plus the feel on it is so nice.
On that aspect of it, you got to give credit to the kickers that can actually kick without a shoe. Have you seen that?
That's how I started kicking.
Oh, okay. Okay.
On my first practice, when we were choosing who the kicker was, I didn't even know I wanted to be a kicker, and they said, I was like, they're talking about kicking. I'm like, hey, I played soccer. I'm gonna come here. I'll try it out. And this is my freshman year, and I went out and I had just the running shoes on like those, and I was like, I don't want to kick in these. And we were kicking off the ground. And I was like, I'm gonna take it off. And everybody thought I was stupid.
Wow.
And I was wearing just a sock, and I was hitting them. They weren't really good, but it was better than everyone else's. So that's how I started kicking. Actually, is barefoot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Favorite shoe to wear?
Oh,
everyday shoe, school, whatever.
Everyday shoe. Honestly, I would just wear either Converse or I wear what's it called? Some sort of Adidas shoe.
Okay.
Like I have Yeezys, but I only wear those with if I'm just
time.
These type of shoes, these type of outfits.
Oh, okay.
Because they're just comfortable.
Right.
What are those other shoes called? They have, I can't believe I forgot the name.
Vans?
No, they have the same material as a Yeezy has on
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's like that foamish sort of thing. The Adidas shoes. What are they called?
I don't know.
I forgot. I have like 3 pairs.
It's okay. Favorite musical artist you like?
Oh, so I'm kind of a country boy.
All right.
I like a lot of country music. Kenny Chesney, Chris Stapleton.
Nice.
But I also listen to a lot of rap. Me and my friends, when we all get together, we'll listen to a lot of Post Malone.
Nice.
He's awesome. I love Post Malone.
Okay.
I like rap music, but it's based on my mood. It basically goes off of how hyped up I am, how relaxed I am, or like if I'm like sad, then I listen to some sort of sad music, something like that.
It all depends on the mood with Jarrett.
Ed Sheeran is awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of Sting. I listen to a lot of Sting because it's just really relaxing
There you
and
go.
it puts me in a good mood. But that's basically just the music I like to listen to.
Apple or Android, and why?
Apple? Oh, Apple.
Apple?
I have an iPhone. I just never had an Android. I like iPhone. It's simple.
Yeah.
I just get to things fast. You know what I mean?
Last movie you saw?
Oh, yeah. So I watched this Netflix movie last night. It was something brand new. Like came out a couple days ago.
Oh, wow.
I forgot the name of it. But it's basically like these like kids that are at a summer camp, and then they like the end of the world happens and they have to save it. It was pretty cool, but I forgot the name of it, but it was fun. It was like only like 90 minutes. But
Last movie you saw in a theater, though?
oh, Avengers Endgame.
Ah, yeah, 3 hours.
That got me.
3 hours. Jarrett North's up for 3 hours.
First movie that made me cry in a couple years.
Oh, yeah. You got to hear a little bit of the sniffles.
Yep.
We won't blow it for anybody that hasn't seen it yet.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, but yeah, there's some moments that are a little teary. You hear the sniffles in the theater.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
Not a lot of talking.
right.
It's just silent.
If Jarrett North had to travel anywhere exotic, any place you could think of, what place would you go?
Well, summer or winter?
Oh, wow. Okay, I never thought of that. Summer.
Summer? Probably like Fiji.
There you go.
Yeah, it's warm, nice water.
Jarrett North and water get along really well.
Yeah, I like water.
There you go. That's good.
Also, Grand Cayman. It's beautiful
Ooh.
there. I went there once, and it's just so pretty.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Nice. Let's get serious on a couple things. If you were running late, Jarrett, kickers, when they ask you need to be up there, you got to get out there and kick, right?
Yeah, during a game?
During a game.
Okay.
But if you were running late anywhere, so
Okay.
you're running late to something, would you call or text, and why?
Oh, God. So, I have a little motto. It's better to be early than on time.
Okay.
I get late a good amount of time for school. It's not really my fault because I can't drive yet. But,
That changes tomorrow, possibly.
Yeah. So, sadly, I don't get my license tomorrow because during the fires,
Darn it.
I couldn't really study because
Yeah.
I was moved 9 times from the fires in
Okay.
November.
Yeah.
Finally back home just about a month and a half ago, but it took a while. But I get my license pretty soon. I get my car this week.
Nice.
But I usually just get late for school.
But if you're running late, call or text. What would you do?
Oh, I would probably text them, not gonna
Yeah.
lie. It's just because I'm not really, actually, if I'm in the car, then I'd call because I don't really like to text in the car. But if I'm like not even leaving the house yet and I'm already late, then I'd probably just like text them and say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
If you had to change one thing in the world, and it was one thing that you had to change, maybe you could have an impact on,
Yeah.
what would that one thing be?
From the past or present?
Present. One thing you could have an influence on and change.
I wish the fires never happened. That put me
Ruined
very
a
far.
lot of stuff. Boy,
Yeah,
it
so
took a
my house nearly burnt down. I live in
Oh,
Agora
no.
Hills, and it
Wow.
kind of hit us really hard. We were out for about 8 months, or 7, 8 months. something
Being
like that.
displaced is like a,
Well, yeah,
that's a horrible
because
thing.
yeah, you have to move like 9 times for us. We went down to Malibu, then we went over to Topanga, and then we went over to Woodland Hills.
A lot of belongings ruined and destroyed?
No, so the house didn't get ruined, but like I had to get a whole new wardrobe
Oh,
because
okay.
all the smoke just destroyed. We had to redo the whole house: new floors, new walls, new furniture, new everything, new bedrooms, new beds, new clothes.
If you had to pick a car, any car or SUV or truck, because you're a country guy,
Yeah,
what car or truck or SUV would you drive?
just like
which
dream
one.
car.
Dream car you want to drive.
Oh, it would have to be a 2019 Audi R8 V10 turbo.
Boy, I've heard those things. I've heard that engine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I'm getting a truck, but that's the dream car.
That's the dream
like
car.
When I get older, if I'm making good living,
Yeah.
that's the car I'm getting
That's the
immediately.
one. Okay, yeah, that's good. Well, until we have one last question for you, and I know you'll get it right. You're not gonna be a senior, but you'll be a junior. So let's take this. For you, your cleats malfunction
Yeah.
or being on outside the games, what would you rather have?
I'd rather be on here, dude. I don't want my cleats to malfunction.
Your kicker cannot have malfunctioning cleats.
No, God,
That's
no.
not going to happen. It can't have that.
That's illegal.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, tell them again your name and your Twitter handle, and really let the viewers know what they can expect from you this year.
My name is Jarrett North. I am the kicker at Calabasas High School. My Twitter handle is JarrettNorth1, Jarrett, North like the direction. And you can expect me to do very well this year. Thank you.
Right on.
Thank you.
Well, I tell you, it's been a pleasure to have you, Jarrett, on our show. We thank
so
you
much.
very much. And again, we expect to, outside the games, we'll definitely be visiting Calabasas.
Yeah.
We'll definitely take in some games and see this team gauntlet of a season that they're going to have. And so there's going to be a lot of things that I'm sure coaches are going to have you ready and prepared for. But really, the thing will be is for you as a student athlete. That's something that's prepared you. You had mentioned Oaks Christian, giving you that kind of blueprint of how to kind of get better at school and how to master it here at Calabasas. So we wish you well.
Thank you so much.
First time having a kicker on Outside the Games.
Thank
Jarrett North, we appreciate you very much. And again, thank you for watching. Again, this is Kevin Menn with Outside the Games, and this is Jarrett North, kicker and punter from Calabasas. Going to be attending Calabasas this year, class of 2021. Thank you for watching.